Almaden Valley inventory is way up. Sales are down. Where is the market heading? Well, stay tuned. Hi, I'm Theresa Wellman with HomeownerExperience.com, and today we're talking about the Almaden Valley market, the area of South San Jose that a lot of people gravitate to because of the schools, the bigger lots, and the larger homes. So today, this market is doing a little bit of different activity than San Jose, but there are some similar factors as well. So let's go ahead and compare and contrast that and look at what's coming forward in the Almaden Valley area. Okay, if you've got here the view of the computer screen, what I want to point out is this green line here are closed sales. That number is the lowest July sales I've seen on record. I have records specific to Almaden Valley all the way back to 2015, and we've never seen a July this low. That shows you what kind of turmoil was going on in the market. Also, inventory is back up to more normal levels. We're back on par for what happened in about 2019 or pre-pandemic. As you can see, the yellow line is now above the green sales line like we saw in 2019, and like it's pretty typical in the Almaden Valley market. Though Almaden Valley typically is a little bit tighter market than most of San Jose, this is back to a more normal market, unlike what we saw the last couple years. So yes, it feels like a big change. And because of that, prices have retracted a little bit and probably will continue to do so through the fall. So let's look at the actual stats. So the median price in Almaden Valley is $2.275. That's down a little bit from the month before, but still up 14% year over year. Now that is huge because San Jose on average is only 4% up year over year. So Almaden Valley really saw some great appreciation with the pandemic, I think because of the larger spaces and the larger lot and the great schools, and the commute when everybody doesn't have to go into the office every day is less of a factor. So all of those reasons have brought more buyers into Almaden Valley, paying a great price for our properties. There are 43% of homes in contract, which is a little better than the previous month, but quite a bit down from 2021. And the sales price to list price ratio continues to contract. We saw really high overbidding in February and March. That is down to now just 3%. And in San Jose, we're seeing only 1%. So again, Almaden Valley is outpacing the San Jose general market. But a really not good way that Almaden Valley is outpacing San Jose market is this days of inventory. We are up to 88 days of inventory. That is almost 3 months of inventory. Ouch, that is really affecting the sale prices. There's a lot more competition for sellers and a lot more choices for buyers. That is really helping buyers to make a good solid choice and differentiate one property from another. So we only closed 14 sales. That's down half from the previous month and 66% from 2021. So you can see sales have really slowed down. Again, probably due to affordability because interest rates have really increased, and these big $2 million numbers we're talking about, when that interest rate goes up 2%, that's a huge amount on the pocketbook every month. Now, the pending sales are doing a little better. They've popped up actually from the previous month. So that's telling me that buyers are starting to jump back in, which is great, probably because interest rates have settled a tiny bit. So stay tuned as to my predictions of what's going on in the market, but it's kind of a little bit mixed from what we've seen recently. Here's what I was talking about with interest rates have settled a little bit, and they're still going to be going up closer to 6%, which is a little bit more normal long-term interest rate. So again, the market is trying to find its normal rebalancing spot. So how do we compare to San Jose? I've talked a little bit about that, but generally there is a normal San Jose market happening again. Pending sales are up in San Jose. Regular sales were way down. So those factors are quite a bit similar to what has been happening in Almaden Valley. So predictions for Almaden moving forward. Well, I think the supply is going to continue to increase because I think there have been several sellers wanting to make a move who have just been holding off or not gotten their property ready for market yet. I could be wrong here, but if you look like 2019, we were up at a much higher 60 homes for sale market, and we're just over 40 right now. So there is still some potential to be up still for a normal market in San Jose. And if you look at 2016, we got a lot higher in the 70 in the summer. So I wouldn't be surprised if we don't peak until September or October as far as inventory goes in Almaden Valley. And the demand is going to be a little bit lower for the next couple months. Typically summer months do drop a little bit in Almaden Valley. You see here, July and August were low. Here, July and August were low. So sales typically will pick up at the end of August, closing in September and October. So we'll see a little bit more activity, but again, buyers are being really picky because they have a lot more choices. If there's only 15, 20, maybe even 30 buyers out there making purchases, but there's over 40 homes available for sale, those buyers are going to be pretty picky about what they're getting or negotiating prices and upgrades and repairs to make sure they're getting a really good value because they have choices now. So sellers, just be aware of that going forward. So next, I want you to watch, is it a buyer's market or is it a seller's market? In Almaden Valley, we're getting really close to that buyer's market threshold, so you might want to understand what those numbers are and what that looks like. Also, check out my full San Jose market update to get a little better feel of what is going on in the San Jose area. Thanks for joining me.